So NAD is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And I love chemical names. I'm such a geek. So it's exactly what it is. There's a nicotinamide molecule, there's an adenine molecule, and there's two dinucleotides, right? So it comes apart in pieces, and different pieces of the molecule do different things. But it is the low-hanging fruit. And the reason it is because, well, let me back up a little bit. I talk about why we age on a cellular level. I was a cell biologist once upon a time before med school, so I think about cells. And I sort of have 7 categories by which cells fall apart, right? So there's DNA, there's mitochondria, there's pathways, et cetera, et cetera. So mitochondria, which is tenet 2, falls apart. They stop working for roughly 7 reasons, one of which is the limitation or deficiency of NAD. And so it's not complicated at all, right? You need it for 4 different reactions within your mitochondria, and it is a cofactor for 500 different reactions around the cell. 500, right? And in some of these reactions, it's just an electron shuttle mechanism. So it's NAD plus, and it carries an electron and it sort of just moves it around. But in other systems, you'd actually decapitate it. So you pluck off the nicotinamide and you use the other part for various things. Mm-hmm. And we use it as a cofactor for sirtuins, which I think is the most important thing. And then for PARPs, which are DNA repair mechanisms. So if you are NAD deficient, which most of us are by the time we are 40, statistically, or younger, if you have some sort of chronic illness that requires more NAD, you're going to, number 1, not have a whole lot of energy. Number 2, have a complete metabolic dyshomeostasis because of their sirtuins, and you're more likely to get cancer.
Wow, which I had in 2020. Always tired, always burning the candle at both ends. Is a depletion of NAD a choice? Meaning those people who are just go, 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 do they blow through it more than somebody else who might be a little more easier going?
Particularly.
Okay.
So NAD has a very short half-life, and you recycle it in your body. The problem, of course, is that you need enzymes to make it. And as you get older, the enzymes start to fail. The other interesting thing about NAD, it is created in a circadian fashion, and it controls circadian rhythms. So it's very, very inbred. So as you get older and your enzymes fail, and your sirtuins fail, and you're not making NAD, everything else fails along with it, right? So it doesn't really matter. What happens is if you're a high energy person, you probably have a lot of it, but over time you're going to have less. And you could have a low energy person, you probably have less, and then you have even less. That's a hypothesis. I can't prove that. But it seems like that would be a reasonable guess.
Right. It does seem reasonable that some people, I mean, we're all born different. And so some of us just have higher levels of X, Y, and Z. And so it sounds like we can't blow it, meaning, blow our wad of NAD because we're just, again, going too hard, too fast in life, too stressed. But does our diet have an impact on our NAD stores or production?
No.
Really?
No, not really. No. I would love to sit here and lie to you and tell you that if you ate really well all the time, you'd be fine.
And yeah, thank you.
No, it doesn't work that way, right? You have to think about, so I separate all of the reasons that you age into my 7 tenets, right? And I like to pretend that they're not correlated.
Okay.
But they are.
They are.
They are. They absolutely are, right? And the diagram I usually show when I do my big presentations, there's this fantastic picture, and it's 1,000 things with arrows going in every direction. And when this goes up, that goes down. And it's the most convoluted thing. I mean, it's accurate. I've looked at it for a long time. It's very accurate, but it's so confusing.
Okay.
So you have to separate these pathways to be able to understand and utilize any of the information.
Okay.
Thus, I pretend that they're separate, but they really are not. So NAD by itself, it's a big part of the puzzle. So if your sirtuins are failing, so here's a good example. Sirtuins, you have 7 mammalian sirtuins. 1, 3, and 6 are mostly associated with longevity, but sirtuin 7 lives in your nucleolus as well. And they help with DNA repair at night.
Okay, while you're sleeping.
While while you are sleeping. You need NAD because it's a cofactor for all your sirtuins. So if you have NAD pairs up with your sirtuin 7, you repair your DNA. By repairing your DNA, your enzymatic processes sort of stay in check and you're back to making more NAD. But if your sirtuin 7 level is low, you can have as much NAD as you want. You're not repairing your DNA, and then you're sort of back where you started with, and you're screwed. So this is a matter of you can't fix one thing and expect everything to work, right? So people say, well, what one thing could I take? I'm like, well, you could, but it's not very efficacious.